Antonio Pacheco was born on March 26, 1969, in the city of La Habana, Cuba, a nation known for its passion for baseball. From a young age, Pacheco exhibited a profound love for the sport, which is deeply embedded in the Cuban culture. Raised in a working-class family, Pacheco had a humble upbringing, yet his natural athleticism and passion for baseball quickly set him apart from his peers. His father, a factory worker, recognized his son's potential early on and encouraged him to pursue the sport. Growing up in Havana, Pacheco was surrounded by the best baseball players in Cuba, which motivated him to work harder. His early days in the sport were marked by intense dedication, and by the time he was in his teens, he had already shown great promise as a second baseman, a position that would later define his career. As a child, he played baseball in the streets, learning the game from older players who took him under their wing. His agility, speed, and high baseball IQ stood out even at a young age. And by the time he joined the local baseball system, it was clear that he was a player with tremendous potential. At 14 years old, Pacheco joined the Cuban national youth team, where he honed his skills and further developed his game. Under the guidance of experienced coaches, he improved his batting, fielding, and understanding of the game. His performance on the youth teams was impressive, and it wasn't long before he was scouted by the Cuban Professional League, setting him on a path to success. Entry into professional baseball, Cuban National Series. In 1987, at the age of 18, Antonio Pacheco made his debut in the Cuban National Series, CNS, Cuba's premier professional baseball league. Despite his youth, Pacheco quickly earned a reputation as a dependable and talented second baseman. His defensive skills were exceptional, with remarkable range and an ability to turn double plays with ease. He was not just a solid fielder, but also a player who could read the game well, often anticipating plays before they unfolded. Initially, Pacheco's batting was a work in progress, but it was clear that his potential to contribute offensively was there. His first few seasons were marked by consistent improvements at the plate, where he began to develop a solid batting average and a keen eye for drawing walks. While he was still a developing hitter, Pacheco's ability to perform in high-pressure situations and his steady defense made him a valuable asset to his team. His impact was immediate. And by the early 1990s, Pacheco was already considered one of the best second basemen in the league. He was known for his ability to make difficult defensive plays and for his leadership in the clubhouse. His leadership skills were also evident on the field, as he often served as the captain of his team, motivating and inspiring his teammates. Peak of career. Dominance in the Cuban National Series. The peak of Antonio Pacheco's career came in the 1990s, a period during which he firmly established himself as one of the most talented and successful baseball players in Cuba. Over the course of the decade, he became the cornerstone of the Havana Industriales, one of the most successful and storied teams in Cuban baseball history. Pacheco's performance on the field was exceptional, and his accomplishments both offensively and defensively made him one of the best players in the league. On defense, he was a stalwart at second base, often making spectacular plays that earned him recognition as one of the best defenders in the history of the Cuban National Series. His range, reflexes, and ability to turn double plays were unmatched, and he became known for his consistency in the field. His defensive prowess earned him several Gold Gloves, solidifying his reputation as the best second baseman in Cuba during his prime years. At the plate, Pacheco also began to shine. His hitting was characterized by exceptional contact skills and an ability to get on base. He wasn't known for hitting home runs, but he had an uncanny ability to hit for average and produce timely hits. His quick bat and ability to get on base were crucial to the Industriales' offensive production, and he was a constant threat on the base paths as well. His on-base percentage and batting average consistently ranked among the league leaders, and he became one of the most feared hitters in the Cuban National Series. Pacheco's leadership extended beyond his skills on the field. As the captain of the Industriales, he became a rallying point for the team, motivating his teammates and leading them to numerous victories. Under his leadership, the Industriales enjoyed great success, including multiple championships in the Cuban National Series. His ability to perform under pressure, combined with his leadership qualities, helped guide the team to greatness. Main achievements. Antonio Pacheco's career is filled with numerous accolades and achievements that cement his place in Cuban baseball history. Some of the highlights of his career include Cuban National Series championships. Pacheco led the Havana Industriales to multiple Cuban National Series titles, cementing his status as one of the most successful players in the league. His contributions to the team's success, both offensively and defensively, were crucial in securing these championships. Gold Gloves. Pacheco was known for his exceptional defense, winning several Gold Glove awards during his career. His ability to turn double plays, range to his left and right, and make difficult stops made him the best second baseman in the Cuban National Series. Cuban national team representation. Pacheco was a key member of the Cuban national team. Representing his country in various international tournaments, he helped lead Cuba to victory in the Baseball World Cup and the Pan American Games, securing numerous gold medals for his nation. Batting consistency. Pacheco was known for his consistency at the plate. While he wasn't a power hitter, his ability to make contact, get on base, and produce timely hits made him one of the most valuable offensive players in Cuba. He consistently ranked among the league leaders in batting average and on-base percentage. Leadership and mentorship. As the captain of the Havana Industriales, Pacheco played a significant role in mentoring younger players. His leadership, both on and off the field, made him a respected figure in Cuban baseball and a model for young players to follow. Final years and retirement. As the 2000s approached, Antonio Pacheco's career began to wind down. By this time, he had already accomplished everything a player could hope for in Cuban baseball. Although his physical abilities started to decline with age, his passion for the game remained strong. Even in his final years, Pacheco continued to provide leadership and serve as a mentor for younger players on the Industriales. In 2008, after a long and illustrious career, Pacheco announced his retirement from professional baseball. His departure from the game marked the end of an era for the Havana Industriales and Cuban baseball as a whole. Despite the sadness surrounding his retirement, Pacheco's legacy was secure. He had built a reputation as one of the greatest second basemen in Cuban baseball history, and his contributions to both his club and the Cuban national team were legendary. After his retirement, Pacheco remained active in the baseball community. He continued to mentor young players, passing on his knowledge and experience to the next generation of Cuban athletes. He also worked with the Cuban Baseball Federation in various administrative and coaching roles, helping to further develop the sport in Cuba. Legacy and impact. Antonio Pacheco's impact on Cuban baseball cannot be overstated. He was a cornerstone of the Havana Industriales for over 2 decades, leading the team to multiple championships and becoming a symbol of excellence in Cuban baseball. His defensive prowess, leadership, and consistency at the plate made him one of the most respected players in the country. Beyond his individual accomplishments, Pacheco's leadership on and off the field helped elevate the standard of Cuban baseball. He was a role model for young players, showing them what it meant to be dedicated, disciplined, and passionate about the game. His career also played a crucial role in the continued success of the Cuban national team, where he earned gold medals in major international competitions, including the Baseball World Cup and the Pan American Games. Pacheco's legacy is also marked by the respect and admiration he earned from his peers and the baseball community. His name is synonymous with excellence, and he is widely regarded as one of the best second basemen to ever play the game. He remains a revered figure in Cuba, and his contributions to the sport will never be forgotten. Today, Pacheco is remembered not only for his achievements on the field but also for his leadership, mentorship, and unwavering commitment to the game. His legacy continues to inspire future generations of Cuban baseball players, and he remains one of the most celebrated figures in the history of the sport.